finally, because we have been saying this, if we were going to be getting tapes every week, we were hoping that we were going to get tapes of the rest of the Wyatt Sicks. And I have to say, praise the wrestling gods that the first one we get to see is Erick Rowan. And also, holy hell.
Yeah, that was touching. That hit.
Emotion. You know, I wouldn't say it was touching. I don't think that's the right word. I think this was like,
yeah, that's the wrong word.
It
was
dark. It was emotional. It was relatable. It was like heartbreaking. You know, because
it tear at the heartstrings.
I think Cole was visibly upset also after watching it.
Why?
Did you not see Cole's reaction when they were talking about it afterwards?
He couldn't talk about it.
Huh?
He couldn't talk about it. Yeah.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. He was visibly like, I think it's because he knew Brody. He knew Bray. So
he knew Mom.
So I think that's the thing is like this story, which I love, is blurring the lines between, you know, fiction and nonfiction so well.
Yeah.
Because all of this is rooted in because Bray passed away. We would not be seeing the Wyatt Sicks in this form if Bray were still around. So we know that the reason all of this is coming together is because Bray passed and because there were plans to do a Wyatt Sicks of some sort. And these might have been the people that were going to be involved in it. And they are kind of doing it because it's like their way of being able to heal and mourn and continue to keep Bray's legacy alive. And so Erick Rowan, following up the emotional tapes that I would say from Bo Dallas, and we all know that because he was legitimately Bray's brother, seeing Erick Rowan, who came up in WWE alongside Bray, also alongside Brody, then talking about, you know, I lost my brother, the person that believed in me. I went through that deep, dark time of my life just right when I thought that I was getting better and I could finally like see the light of day again. I lost another brother, and then I didn't know who I was. I lost my family. Why would anyone care about who I was? Like, that is so heartbreaking. And it's also so relatable for people. Like, you don't even have to, you can relate to it in a lot of ways. You can relate to like losing loved ones. You can relate to it just feeling like alone and lost, or you feel like you're nothing. And the fact that they were able to let him, I really do think this, and I know I've said it, I really feel like this is almost like therapy for them.
Like, it has to be. Yeah, absolutely is.
It's so therapeutic. I feel like it's their way of paying homage and honoring Bray, but then they're also able to do it in a real way. Because
this is where
nothing Rowan said last on Raw, nothing Rowan said in this tape was probably fake. All of that was real. All of that is just... It was every emotion that he's felt, every thought that he had. I guarantee you, Bo probably did reach out to him and say, hey, I really want to do this. You know, Wyndham wanted to make a Wyatt Sicks. That was his plan. We were going to do this. I want to do this, but I want to do it with you by my side. Like, I really do think, because he says, Bo reached out to me, blah, blah, blah. I guarantee you, all of this is laced in truth. And I feel like that's why this is so good. That is why it was so captivating to sit there. Like, I was surrounded by chaos. There were people in the background as I was watching Raw, playing a video game, yelling, like, ah, ha, ha. I was so zoned in to what Erick was saying that I'm like, I don't even know what was happening. Like, that was just how good it was. Like, I was just amazed.
The line where he says, I'm just Rowan, or it's just Rowan anyway. Like, that hits because when you think of the Wyatt family, obviously Bray is the centerpiece. And then there's, he's a Brody Lee. You think of Brody Lee, Luke Harper. And then there was just Harper. There was Rowan. You know, like, they were just there. You know, Rowan, was just there. Like, he was just the guy who wore the sheep mask. And when you're fans watching this happen, you don't think of it. You think of Bray's the star and his sidekicks, but the sidekicks have, feelings, emotions, and
Mhm.
they are a person, a human at the end of the day. And this really brought that back and gave him that human side again, especially when he grabs the mask again, the
Yeah.
sheep mask or rabbit mask. I think it was a sheep mask.
Yes, yes.
And he talks about what feelings he had that when holding it, and for him to talk about good feelings and the glory is spark noting it, the glory days of being with his brothers, like, oh, it's that little bit, it just really tugs on your heartstrings, that really just, it really hits. And it's like it's very relatable that everybody had that moment
Mhm.
where they had something that, like, that was, they have a little thing or whatnot that takes them back to the best time of their life. And oh, so good.
I think it's also allowing the fans to grieve with them. Like it's like telling the fans that it's okay to be sad about it still. It's okay that when you see us, you think of them. Like I think that was why
Mhm.
Bo kind of addressed that, as we talked about in the first tape, about like, oh, you're just trying to be successful off the back of your brother,
Oh
blah
yeah,
blah
I know
blah.
that you had to put that in there first to
Yeah.
establish
So
how deep we're going. Yes.
yeah, and I think seeing more of the perspective of this whole entire situation from somebody who is not related to Bray, seeing that with Rowan, I think that it's like, yeah, it's telling the fans like it's okay to feel this way. We're doing this the right way. Everything that we're doing is because of Bray, and I think they brought the Wyatt family into this too, because the whole thing was Bray is kind of like the leader, and he was trying to bring the people who were lost, and he was trying to lead them to success and whatever. And that's kind of exactly what they're trying to say all of these people are in the Wyatt Six. They were all lost. They're looking to be
Lost.
found, and that's what they're
There
doing.
you are.
But then also the
So
other line that Erick said, that they want to take these broken hearts and turn them into beautiful art. I was just like,
oh god.
I am so okay. When
Oh,
we knew that the
oh,
Wyatt Six was going to be inevitably
not
coming
like a
back,
I got like a chill there.
I
That
know.
hit. That was
Um, when we knew that they were going to be doing the Wyatt Six, or there was rumblings about it happening, and we kind of knew like, okay, who's going to be in it. We kind of figured it out. We were like, okay, how do we feel about them doing this? How are they going to go about it? Do we think they're going to do it the right way? Are they going to ruin it in the first week or two, the way,
mhm.
they disappointed with how they booked the Fiend and stuff? I know that it's still relatively new. They only debuted, a handful of weeks ago, whatever. We haven't even seen them in a
Mhm.
match yet, which I don't care. I feel like
I don't care.
there are
Don't
people who
I
literally
will
are
save.
complaining. There are people saying
Yeah.
that we have to see them in a match. No, we
Yeah.
fucking don't.
No, shut
No,
the
we don't.
fuck. Shut the fuck up. Sarah,
Um,
I mean that to the
I
people,
know.
not you. I
I
will
know.
say it another time. Shut the
Um,
fuck up. There's
I
no
know.
reason we need to see them in a match right now. We are
So
literally at the epilogue. No,
pre pro,
prelude.
prelude, yeah. Yeah.
We haven't even entered the first stage of what this is. All right,
Yeah.
we're still introducing everybody.
I think that
God,
they are going about this the right way. The only way. Like, this is way better than anything that I could have anticipated, because trying to think about how they were going to do this and how they were going to address the elephant in the room, of course, which was Bray's passing. Bray is the creator of this. This was his baby. Bo Dallas being Uncle Howdy. How do they bring him back? Like, are we going to see that it's Bo Dallas? Because we never saw the identity of Uncle Howdy before that. I think that, like, I don't know that I could have imagined any other way for them to do it as good as they're doing it. And we still we haven't been introduced to everybody yet. They haven't done a whole lot, but I think they're doing, like, I don't know. I'm pleased. I'm so happy with what they're doing. I don't know. I think
if
this
I
is
can't
just
predict it,
incredible.
they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
That's the way I think of it. If I can't predict it, they're doing a good job.
Yeah.